every attorney I know was wondering why I took a case where an HVAC mechanic, a person who deals with refrigeration and air conditioning, went into a private house to do some work on an air conditioning duct in somebody's attic. And it was dark there. He took a step and fell through the attic floor, which was not boarded, but was just merely had sheetrock. This was a pretty big house out in Long Island, and the man fell about 20 feet down on some stairs and fractured just about every bone in his body. And the entire defense was that it was his fault because he should have realized there was no floor in the attic. He's the the experienced mechanic, and therefore the insurance company was going to pay him nothing. Once again, I took a look at the situation, and I determined that this man lived in Brooklyn. He was a Russian immigrant. He hadn't been to too many houses. He lived in an apartment his whole life. He had no way of knowing that the attic would not have a wooden floor for him to step on. He was not told that there was a light in the attic that he could turn on in order to see better, and perhaps avoid that kind of situation. And still with all of this, the case law, the precedents in New York State were fully against us, and I just couldn't believe that this man could be blamed for his own injuries, that he suffered, that were terrible, both for him and for his family to adjust to. I felt this was a huge injustice and unfairness, and I took this case on and I fought it all the way through. And I'm proud to tell you that besides the legal expertise, this is the one case that I won because my height is 6'4". So this height is sometimes overrated, but in this case, it was a huge asset, as it turned out, because when we went to check out the access to the attic in this big house in Long Island, and I remember vividly that this defense attorney was kind of full of himself, and realizing that this is a winnable case for him, a defensible case for him, and he was just trying to amuse me and his clients with some small talk. We went into this walk-in closet from which there was a ceiling panel accessing the attic. And there, for the first time, I think, to a great surprise of all of us present, including the homeowners, I don't think the homeowners even realized, but there was a light switch installed that would have illuminated the attic for my client to have seen what was happening there, that the homeowners didn't tell him about, and apparently they didn't know themselves, because the builder had put this light switch near the ceiling. The ceiling is a 10-foot ceiling. So there was really no way to know that it was there, to expect that it was there, unless one were to climb up into the attic and know to look for it, to turn it on. And the only reason that I was able to find it is because I'm 6'4", and I looked up and there it was, and nobody else had seen it before. So sometimes, just because you want to fix the injustice and because you're stubborn like me,